Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hannah. Thanks for watching. Okay, today I have a very special episode. It is my first of a design spotlight. So today I'm going to share with you a pattern that just launched. This is my Sunny Day Tee. This is a pattern for children, for newborn to 10 years. And yeah, I'm just gonna tell you about kind of the construction and the intention behind the design, the sizing, and how I grade. And I think that's all. Kind of just help you get to know this pattern that I know and love, and share maybe a few tester pictures. Yeah, there were some really cute ones this round. And then at the end, I have a little test call for my next design. So that is the design spotlight for today. Is my new pattern, the Sunny Day Tee, and you can get it on Ravelry and Pay It. And if you're a newsletter subscriber, you have a discount code in your inbox, so look for that. Okay, yeah, I'll just get started. My inspiration for this was really wanting to design a kind of a four-season classic slipover tee pattern that could be worn, yeah, all the time. So it's fingering weight, so it's good for that summer tee, but also you could wear it as a layering piece in the fall and winter. That is kind of how I intended for my son's to be. He's more of a slipover guy than a tank top guy, but I could easily add the sleeves and make it be a tee, which I know he would love to wear. I wanted a sort of delicate but still unisex pattern. So all of my patterns are unisex. That is just something I decided from the beginning, that I wanted for these designs to meet the needs of all the families out there that want to knit. And so by creating a unisex pattern that still has thoughtful details, like intentional design elements, that you could have a pattern that works for, if you have multiple children, it could work for each child in your family. Or if you have a child that changes their style often, you can still knit a pattern for them without having to buy a whole new one. So that is the intention for my sort of unisex design. And the second thing that sort of flows into that is the sizes. So I just recently changed how I present my sizing. This hasn't changed how I grade or the actual sizes that I'm creating, but it changed how you as the consumer sees my sizing. I now number my sizes 1 through 10. I, in general, have 10 sizes. Those do have corresponding ages, so it's easy to find them. I list the corresponding age or the suggested age. If you're gift knitting, it's great to know the age. If you have a very standard size child, it's good to know the age. Otherwise, it's really not that helpful to know the age. So it didn't make a lot of sense to me after a while to continue marketing my sizes as age 3 months or age 6 years, because I was having a lot of feedback of people saying, oh, this was too big for my 6-year-old. This was too small for my 3-month-old. And so coming to terms with the fact that I was not presenting like you as knitters with the best way to choose a pattern led me to changing, or choose a size, led me to changing how I present that. So I now number my sizes basically similarly to how you would see an adult pattern that relies on the numerical sizing. So it's by chest circumference instead of by age. All that means is when you look at the schematic, which I always have available before purchase, you look at the schematic and you measure your child, or you call someone up and say, hey, measure your child for me because I want to knit them something. Then you get the actual measurement of the child's chest, and then you can just translate that super easily into which size you should choose. Super easy. You just look down the chart, you say, okay, this is the finished measurement, I want this much ease. It also gives you the opportunity to decide on the ease more intentionally than if you were to just pick a size. So if you want to make this, but you say, oh, my kid's more of a slipover kid, and less of a tank top kid. I want to have a little more ease so they can wear it in the winter under a t-shirt. Then you can know maybe you need the size 7, numerical sizing, size 7 width, but you might keep the length to a size 6 because they're not actually taller. So hopefully that helps people choose, a more correct size to get the best fit for their child. I truly believe that your kiddos deserve, the fit they want. If your child is older and they're saying, oh, this is too baggy here, or as adults we can make those decisions for ourselves, but just kind of working through that with older kids, looking at their favorite t-shirts or their favorite sweaters, garments, all of that, and being able to really measure and see what would be a good fit for them. I want to enable you to have that the best opportunity to make something that fits your child in a way that both of you are happy. So that kind of started my switch to numerical sizing. How I choose my sizing is based on standardized charts. So I do have an Instagram carousel post with all this information. I'd like to convert it into a blog, but I have not done that yet, where I kind of detail how I get my sizes. But I purchased a standardized size chart. I have both a boys chart and a girls chart. It's not a unisex chart. And so I have a boys chart and a girls chart. I use those numbers to create my unisex chart and focus on making that a great fit across newborn all the way to 10 years. So that means I'm looking at a size break in those baby years. There's a lot of sizes between newborn and a year in my size chart because those children grow so rapidly and there's such a difference. When your child's a little bit older, there is less rapid growth and more gradual, and so there's less sizes in the 6 to 10 years. There's more age in that range and less sizes versus the first half of my size chart, which includes a lot of little people sizes. I hope that makes sense. If that's not important to you, just fast forward, but that's just a little information on how I do that. I have taken like a grading class, and all of that information I'll keep on the back end so you don't have to worry about it. But all that to say, I really do care about the sizing for your children, and I just don't like to hear when a wrong size has been chosen or a fit is not working out. I really want to help you just have the best fit. A good amount of designers do have errors that they are updating their patterns, and so I also want to do that. As I move forward and learn more and grow, I want to go back. Eventually I'll update the sizing for my catalog of patterns. I just don't have the bandwidth right now to do that. So Sunny Day Tee is the second one to have this new sizing. My rainy day sweater had the first introduction of this new sizing. So anyway, this has that new sizing. My testers, they're basically adorable. A lot of the ones with sleeves are on little girls, and they're pink and they're just adorable. I've seen slipovers for my friends in the southern hemisphere that aren't experiencing summer. So yes, even though it says Sunny Day Tee, it can also be a slipover. That is the version I made. I'd like to make another one with sleeves, but I just haven't done that yet. Okay, so that was the intention behind the design, the sizing, and now I'm going to talk details. So it is bottom up. I know that's a hard sell. In the pattern itself, I do give checkpoints, hey, okay, this is a great spot to stop, measure, hold it up to your child's sweater. Here's how much length is left in the pattern, how you know where to, divide for sleeves, all those things. So I try to give you the best opportunity to make it work for you. It does have a neat little hem that's folded. I don't know if you can see that. And then, about halfway through, not halfway through, I know exactly how far because I graded it, but you get this little indicator that you're gonna start the cable chart. So we have some simple cables and this little triangular design up here, some seed stitch going on. There is no underarm shaping, and so this is technically a drop shoulder design. You won't see it as pronounced in the smaller sizes because yeah, like as you can see, it doesn't hang over. Like when you see an adult drop shoulder pattern, the shoulder is sometimes here. That's not the case for this. It has a small amount of ease, but also there's just a lot less fabric. So as the sizes get bigger, you can see that a little more pronounced, or if someone has made a sleeve, the fabric will pull it down and stretch it out. You can block it differently, like for it to hang over. But yeah, there's no underarm shaping here. There is some neck shaping, which I really like how clean that is there, and it also has some on the back. And for this size that I made, I think I made a size 5 or size 6 for my son. It has optional shoulder shaping. So for at a certain age, I do, or a certain size, based on the age, I will offer shoulder shaping, which just allows for a more clean fit for a shoulder slope. And there's like the short rows. There's instructions if you don't want to do them, but I just find as kids age, it fits a little bit better, more neatly, I guess I would say, if you do include that shoulder shaping. For the smallest sizes, like a newborn, this doesn't have that. You can always add it if you wanted to. It's not hard, but okay, yes. Then I have like, yeah, these folded. I'm just a sucker for these folded hemlines. So yeah, I love how this looks, like where you pick it up and then you sew it back in. My camera's not focusing. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I just love how neat that looks. If I had a little tag, that would be super cute to put there. It's the same thing for the underarms. Come on. Okay, there we go. It's the same thing for under the underarms. That just looks so neat. Wow. Okay, that is why I love making my own designs, because I get to include these details that I really wanted to add in. And it sort of has like a reminiscent of these, there we go, stockinette stripes that are right here, go with this. So anyway, those are the kind of construction details that are really important, the techniques, just to make sure you are familiar with it when you're deciding on if this is a pattern you want to make. Yeah, so I do include like links or extra information for techniques that might be more difficult, but I would say on a difficulty level, I don't know how many stars out of 5 I would give this. Maybe 2 or 3. I personally don't think it was difficult, but I do have experience with cabling. There's nothing out of the box crazy to make this, just making sure you're comfortable with, folding the hemlines, seaming them down, things like that. So yes, in terms of my patterns, this is probably the most complex one just because it does have this larger cable chart, but it's one of the ones I'm most happy with. So, okay, sunny day tee. I'm looking at the Ravelry page now to see if there's anything that I haven't answered. I guess maybe in terms of like needle size yarn, it is fingering weight yarn, and I used Woolberry Berry Merino to make this, which yeah, it was the colorway Tattered Pages. I got this like maybe 2 years ago, and it was like special, and I was waiting to see what I wanted to make with it, and this is it. It just looked like Ollie to me. It fits with his clothes kind of well for the fall, and yeah. So what needle size? US 3 or 3.25 millimeters. So small-ish needles, smaller size for the ribbing. But overall it knit up really fast because, yeah, it's for kiddos and there's not a ton of ease. Like I would say, I think I did 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches of ease for this size. And so, yeah, it's not a big garment overall. The yarn requirements anywhere from like 200 to 500 yards. 600 yards. So not a ton of yardage. So you could use a special one skein project if you had one that you want to use up. Okay, now I think that's all my information for the Sunny Day Tee. Please let me know if you have questions or if you like this kind of content where I just go over really specifically my designs that I'm working on. No, not everyone is a kids knitting fan, but also some people like hearing about what I'm working on, even if they're not knitting for kids. I also get really nervous talking about my own designs because I want them to be perfect, and I know that that's really hard. Even though I have a tech editor, I went through test knitting, I went back through my tech editor, like all of that, I know they're not gonna be perfect, and so I am really hesitant to like promote them, even though I know there might be an error hiding in there somewhere that, I'll 20 of us involved did not catch. But anyway, I'm trying to put that aside and say, this is what I'm working on. I'm really proud of it, and I would love for you to see it and make one as well. My sunny day tee. Okay, the next little spot in my design spotlight is just a tester call that's upcoming. This is unblocked, so please forgive how it is so scrunched up. But this is a sweater pattern for the fall that I'm working on. I'll probably have it for a test call coming in, what is it? I think the end of July. I need to send it for tech editing next week, and then obviously finish the sample and then I'll have it ready for test knitting. So it's a saddle shoulder construction. It has these stripes. It's a worsted weight, so it's pretty, or maybe it's Aran, I don't know. It's an 18 stitch gauge, so it's pretty heavyweight, and I want to release it this fall. So if you're interested in testing, I would recommend signing up for my newsletter, because I put the test calls out there first. And the last, not this one was about 3/4 full for my newsletter subscribers, but the last sweater pattern I did fill up for my newsletter, so I didn't get to put it on YouTube or Instagram. So definitely sign up if you're like, I want to make that and I need it in August or September and not in October when it comes out. Then yes, sign up. But yeah, that's the other design I'm working on right now. I have a few other things in the works, but I don't want to put them out into the universe yet in case they don't work out or I have to scrap them. So this is for sure, and this is also for sure because it's for sale. So anyway, let me know what you think about this new kind of format, design spotlight. I just realized my son put jellyfish on here. he has a stuffed jellyfish that he loves, so it says jellyfish. Anyway, I was saying, let me know what you think about this, and yeah, I'd just love to hear from you. Even if you're not a big kids knitter, send it to someone that you know and love that knits for little people. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and happy knitting.